Hello and welcome to all you Librans. This is your monthly horoscope for February of 2020. Let's have a look. What's happening? Of course, I'm going to be talking about the Mercury retrograde, but first and foremost, I want to talk about an aspect that's one of my favorite aspects, and it's happening for you at the core of your chart, which is the deepest point of your horoscope. And that is around about the 17th of February, Mars. The planet of action, the planet of your intentions, is going to come into Capricorn and going to conjoin the South Node. And this is really good news, especially if you want to stand your ground about what you're all about your emotional security. But also, Mars and the South Node together, they are about being standing in your power, being strong, and without being arrogant, but with being just assertive, and not by being, letting other people walk all over you. It's about having healthy boundaries. So Mars and the South Node, when a person has that in their natal chart, they have already by itself in their temperament, they're very courageous, and they don't have difficulty in applying themselves towards other people without crossing boundaries. So doing that in a very healthy way. Now for you, this is happening in your fourth house, which could mean a couple of things. First of all, when a relationship with a parent wasn't so good, this is a time where you can refound, sometimes parents, they cross boundaries. They are either too controlling or whatever. And now is the time where you can gain your power back, and you don't have to do too much effort to do so. This is the right energy. And this is especially towards the very end of the month, but you feel it already around the 17th of February and onwards. Of course, you have those very tough energies of Pluto and Saturn in your fourth house, but already as from January, you should be feeling a bit more ease around these area of life that has to do with your emotional security, that has to do with the way that you nurture yourself with Jupiter there. And now you are getting the 8 of Mars in a sign that it really likes, and together with the South Node, which represents your former lives, your talents from other lives, and so I think for Librans, it's gonna be on an emotional level, a continuation of January, and even an improving of being able to stand your ground, and to regain your power as well. And in Capricorn, it's step by step, but it's down to earth. Also, when it comes to moving, literally a new house situation, that could be happening if you want that. And if you are, of course, these are general horoscopes, but if you're dealing with looking for another home and selling and buying, this is good energy there. And you will be able to do what you want to do, and to improve that situation of home. But for most of you, it's going to relate to your emotional security, because that's the fourth house. It's going to relate to how you nurture yourself, how you stand up for yourself and for your own needs. It's the house of Cancer, that fourth house there. So, and for a Libra is normally, it's not easy for them to really be blunt and to say what they want. But now in February, it's not only this Mars and South Node that's going to help you out, so to speak. Well, it's reflecting, it's not helping you, it's just a reflection of the energy. It's also your ruler, Venus, is going to shift into Aries, and on the 8th of February. So that's you in an opposite house. That is you in also a sign of, I do what I want, I go for it, I say what I need, and etc. So having Venus in your opposite sign is very good for relationships. So what I just spoke about is more your emotional state. Now on the level of relationships, you know, it's practically the whole month that you've got Venus there. So you will be wanting to compromise, yes, but not without going against your emotional needs, so to speak. Okay, so you're still gonna be, you know, wanting to understand that other person, wanting to hear that other person, wanting to connect that other person, but you're also gonna be you when it comes to your emotions, and that's a beautiful thing. Having Venus in the 7th house is attracting nice people. You know, when you're single and having Venus through the 7th house, it makes you want to connect, but it also makes you attracting people who are very charming, very enjoyable as well. So, and that for the whole month. So if a relationship has been a bit tough there, having Venus through the 7th house can smooth out some problems and can soften this when that there would be some discussions or so in the past. And then last but not least, there is a Mercury retrograde for you as well. It is in your 6th house, so it happens as from the 18th of February, and Mercury goes direct again on the 11th of March. So in that area of your life, it's going to be a bit like slowing down, but not to punish you or whatever, but to make it better in the end. And it's gonna get better, or you have an opportunity to improve your health and to improve your work on the 11th of March and onwards. And what I've seen a lot with Mercury in the 6th house, when that happens with people, is that they start thinking about their health and how to improve it. This is in Pisces, so it's not going to be, thinking facts and figures. No, it's like a feeling. So if you feel like you need more of this or that, or less or this or that, it's a good time to initiate that. Also, when there would be something that bothers you on a physical level, a mental level, you know, with your health, it is the time to reconsider, maybe a second opinion, maybe going to another kind of doctor, whatever it is, or maybe going to, I don't know, someone that gives you that second opinion, someone that looks at it in a new way, because Mercury goes backwards. On another level, for a lot of you, it will not have to do with health. You know, these are general horoscopes, but it will have to do with your work. So you might be thinking about improving your administration, for instance. I've seen it a lot when Mercury goes to the 6th house and you're your own, you are your own boss. You might think of ways of improving your administration. Good time for that. It is a bit in Pisces, so it's a bit like doing it on a feeling way, which is a bit weird. But you can try out something new so that later on that you can improve and work better and you feel better about your work. For others, it will have to do with going back to an old job or going back to something that you did before and to pick that up again. It could be that as well. But whatever it is, it's work could be slowed down because you think something through to improve it later on. But you have to focus first a bit more on that issue. So it could mean that in the beginning, that issue becomes a bit of a bigger issue, okay? So all in all, quite a Libra kind of month, so to speak, with all that Venus energy in your 7th house. And but I'm sure you will do well. Enjoy it. Enjoy the month of February. Thank you so much for listening. And if you want a reading, just get in touch. Bye-bye.